And we're back in the studio to give you, well, I guess it's a 360 kind of day today. We're doing a Xbox 360 special. So, Gillen, what is the Xbox 360?
It's a games console, Bengt. You play games on it.
All right, that's a revelation.
Show over. No, there's a bit more to it. Obviously,
it's the oldest guy on the block right now.
It's the oldest guy on the block. It's getting to retirement age.
Yes.
7 years on. God bless its little shiny black heart.
Do you think that any Xbox 360 has actually lived for 7 years out of the launch ones?
Actually, mine.
Oh.
Mine's still hanging in there. Occasionally it gives me the red wink and goes...
That's like a rarity. You should put it on eBay.
I should sell it for about maybe 50 quid or something like that. But yeah, all the red ring jokes aside, 360 I think has went from strength to strength over the last few years. Certainly 7 years in, we're seeing franchises. We're seeing so many entries. We're seeing about eight
Call of
Duty games, 3 Gears of War, will be 4 next year, 4 Halos. You could just roll them off.
Is it 4 Halos?
Well, it's actually
5.
6.
Well,
is it
Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST,
Halo Reach,
Halo Wars,
Halo
Reach, and the anniversary, and Halo 4.
That's a lot of Halo.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rings. But, yes, the console
Tying it all together.
Trying to find some synergy here. Consoles, obviously, Xbox Live Arcades went from strength to strength, as well as the apps, along with Netflix and Love Film and everything like that. Pretty much it's your one-stop box that both Microsoft and Sony have been trying to build their consoles towards, and have achieved, I think, that dream.
And Kinect gave it a little bit of extra life, but...
No, the Kinect's sort of like that bold failure, I feel. I mean, Child of Eden, Dance Central aside, I don't think any of the Kinect games have really managed to capitalise on it. I should say, actually, the Sesame Street game, Once Upon a Monster. Yeah. I think the kid-related titles, great fun for Kinect, but I don't think anything else.
As long as it requires precision,
we may have problems. You can read all about my Steel Battalion issues with a review on the site. But with that in mind, perhaps next year we may be seeing its successor, maybe announced at E3 and stuff like that. Not smart glass, shut
Not the Kinect.
God, no, this is turning into horrendous. But if you're looking at the Xbox 360 as a console of choice this year, I think you're going to be well served, because as we said, there's a ton of games out for it, and discounted down, you can get an entire generation's worth of franchises that will serve you well right up to next Christmas.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've only got time to cut about a couple, and I'm going to cherry pick some titles from this year. Now, I mentioned them earlier on a couple of shows ago, Trials Evolution. Now, obviously enough there's retail games out there, but as we said, Xbox Live Arcade being a huge part of the console through its life cycle, growing exponentially. Trials Evolution, Red Lynx's sequel to the fantastic title, came out Summer Arcade a couple of years ago. It's went from strength to strength, including the map editor, as we've seen before, but all new 4-player local co-op, which is quite frankly one of the best gaming nights you'll have. Get that, a couple of friends around, really easy to play. One of those things, pick up, you'll be there for hours playing away.
It's just that kind of game where the mechanics is so good that you can just keep on playing the same thing over and over again just to hone your skills.
Yeah, man. That's the wonderful thing about it. You will lose so much time on it. It's a real social end of your social life right there.
Asocial and social in one game.
Yeah. Exactly.
You can't spell asocial.
I can't spell social full stop, mate, but without the spell checker. But if motorcycle stuff's not really your thing, motorcycle puzzle platformer, we do have sci-fi opuses coming out of our ears. Have to mention the Mass Effect trilogy. Mass Effect 3 obviously came out
earlier this year,
but we're seeing all 3 being tied together in a collection. I mean,
if you haven't visited the Mass Effect trilogy,
if you put it off for whatever reasons, this is the perfect time for it. You're talking maybe about over 100-hour excess, because it's
definitely
coming with all the DLC as well. You're getting complete adventures, and one of probably the best storylines I've seen in this generation. Mass Effect 3 ending notwithstanding, we'll get into that in a separate show, I feel.
I just wish that they would have sort of remade the first one so that it plays a little bit more like the second and third. That would have been the perfect game.
But it's nice to see that growth.
Yeah,
of it,
you will get to see that growth, but you're gonna have to sort of endure the early parts of the first game.
The rough stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's a game that has shown complete polish from the off, which is Halo 4. 343 bringing out their first Halo title after Bungie's went we're off, suckers. But there's a lot of worry, a lot of skepticism about that, certainly from what we've seen very early in this year, which was next to nothing. It did make us worry a little bit about what was going to result, but it's a very polished, very solid, great, sometimes actually fantastic sci-fi adventure for the returning of Master Chief, and it's got a really, really solid foundation for multiplayer. The Infinity, which encapsulates Spartan Ops, which is a 4-player cooperative multiplayer episodic campaign that's being released as we speak, as well as the War Games, which is the multiplayer competitive mode with unlocks and stuff like that, which you've seen in Call of Duty, but with that little bit of Halo lore attached to it, so it doesn't feel quite so out of place. I mean, that's 3 games basically from this year, but as we said, 7 years worth of stuff there.
Yeah.
If you're not looking to spend 50, 60 quid on new titles, guarantee you check any of the online retailers or even your local high street store, you're probably going to find some classics there for only about 10, 20 quid, or whatever your local currency is.
Yeah, there's lots to be had, basically.
But I think that's pretty much us wrapping up for the show.
Yep.
We'll be obviously looking at the other formats and shows to come, but for now,
that's
do you
it.
want to do the sign off?
Yeah, let's do it. We've got Indie Darlings for you, or one Indie Darling
One
at
Indie
least.
Darling.
And we've got Emily with the competition.
Catch you tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Rhianna Pratchett. I'm the lead writer on Tomb Raider, and the indie game I like best, and I'm not entirely sure it counts, but I'm going to say it anyway, is Double Fine Psychonauts. As you can see, I'm wearing my Double Fine backer t-shirt, and I have mad love for Psychonauts. I think it uses game design and level design as storytelling in a wonderful way. It's funny and it's touching at the same time, and everyone should play it.
It's not every day I get to kill the legend.
You were given a mission and you betrayed the agency.
Hi, I'm Emily and I'm back with today's question. What is the name of Agent 47's handler, who he is assigned to kill in the prologue of Hitman Absolution? Write us an email at xmas@gamereactor.eu with the answer in the subject line for a chance to win Hitman Absolution on Steam. Make sure we get your email before 12 noon tomorrow, Central European Time.